Hello and welcome to the Jim's Bookkeeping Business Growth Calculator. What we're going to do in this video today is show you how to use the calculator to identify the hidden potential for business growth that's just waiting to be discovered in your business, how you can actually make money by using the services of a Jim's professional bookkeeper. Now, for the purposes of this demo, I'll actually use some numbers from a present plumbing client of mine. But because it's your business you're really looking at, it's important to use the numbers that are appropriate to you and your business when you're filling out the calculator for yourself. So what you'll need to do is just follow the instructions on the screen to download the calculator to your desktop, and then you can start putting those numbers in for yourself to start identifying that potential for growth that's in your business waiting to be discovered. Now, when you get started, in this first box, you need to put in the amount that you are worth to your business on an hourly basis. For some, this will be the amount you charge yourself out per hour, and for others, it will be the sales potential if you're spending that hour proactively working with your clients and customers. Now, this is actually an important number to know for many purposes in your business, and it's something that you should be able to quite readily identify from your current bookkeeping practices. So just find that number for yourself and pop that into box number 1. Now, my plumber is charging about $100 an hour for his services. Now, in this next box, we need to look at the amount of time you actually spend doing your account management and bookkeeping each month. This covers the time you spend entering information into your accounting system or software, as well as things like chasing up invoices and payments. Also, remember to include the time you spend managing your payroll and your superannuation, your BAS, and things like tracking down balance errors in the paperwork and deciphering reports if you actually do any of those as well. Now, this will obviously be different for each business depending on your skill levels and the size of your business, so you'll just need to identify those numbers for yourself. But my plumber spends about 15 hours a month, so average out the time you spend doing your bookkeeping and enter that here into box number 2. Now, this next box is for your average monthly revenue, and for my plumber, that's about $6,000 a month at the moment. But again, this needs to be your own figures, so just pop those into box number 3. Now, this section here is showing us how things are in your business with the systems you're using today. So what you're seeing here is that by doing your own bookkeeping, this is essentially what it's costing you to achieve that. And this here is showing us just how much of what your bookkeeping expenses are that are claimable as a business-related expense. So this is actually the real cost of your do-it-yourself bookkeeping. But in this section here, we can see how it could be with a Jim's professional bookkeeper on the team. This is the number of hours that you could be dedicating to more profitable activities in your business, which at your current hourly rate would be this much extra each month coming into your business. And now I know you'll be saying, but I have to pay a bookkeeper out of that, so I'm not really making that much. So we'll take that into account here in this next section. Now, we know by experience that on average a Jim's professional bookkeeper can perform the same account management duties about 30% faster thanks to their professional training and experience. So if it's taking my plumber about 15 hours, it can be expected to take the Jim's bookkeeper about 70% of that time, which is only about 10.5 hours in this case. Of course, it's important to know that every Jim's bookkeeper is an independent business owner, and as such they set their own rates. But just for the point of this exercise, let's say that they charge out for their professional services at exactly the same rate as you charge for yours. And it's okay to expect that because they are dedicated to professional development and ongoing training, that they will be as much of an expert in their field as you are in yours. So the fact that they can complete their duties in a shorter time still means that it's costing you less than if you do it for yourself. However, because you're actually outsourcing this vital business activity to a qualified and recognised professional service, their fees are also claimable as a business-related expense. So in fact, this is what it's actually costing you to use a Jim's professional bookkeeper, which means that this is what you can make for your business by using the services of a Jim's bookkeeper. So this box here is showing you the results of tapping into that first area of your untapped growth potential for each year that you have a Jim's professional bookkeeper on your team. And if you're one of those long-suffering small business owners who does the bookkeeping at night or on the weekends, well, if you're going to be working those kinds of hours anyway, wouldn't you be better using the time to service clients when you can charge them double for after-hours rates? Then you could essentially double this number here. But this next section here, this is where the real differences can be seen. If you have an honest look at the systems you have in place now for making decisions in your business with regard to things like stock control, purchasing or selling of equipment and supplies, employing staff or contractors, as well as key growth and development activities like marketing and research. If you look at the systems that you're using for making those decisions, now if you can find a way to improve on those decisions by having accurate financial information that allowed you to take advantages of opportunities as they presented themselves or as you were able to plan for things like seasonal discounts and specials, consistently making your purchases at a time when you can always take advantage of early payment discounts and other techniques to really optimize your cash flow potential, and also being able to utilize your staff to more effectively manage the amount you spend on wages. What would this do for your business? This is business growth without any new customers. It's just about improving the way you manage the business you already have. And even if it's just an incremental change of, say, 2 or 3%. So only a couple of small changes and clarity in some of the decisions that you're making. See what it can do for your revenue. Now, what about your marketing? Have a look at the systems you have in place for monitoring your return on investment for your marketing efforts. How do you tell if a marketing activity is actually making you money? By discussing this with your gym's bookkeeper, they can help you establish a system to monitor your marketing activities and help you identify the most successful methods for your business. By helping you identify some clear information on this, you can not only save money on ineffective campaigns, but work towards maximizing your real growth potential. But even if you're already attempting to monitor this information and your gym's bookkeeper just fine-tunes your efforts and you only make a small incremental growth of about 3 or 4%, you'd be looking at results like this. But if this is a completely new system for you, there could obviously be much higher results once the systems are up and running and the information is being used effectively. So have a look at your systems now and consider the sort of growth you believe would be achievable with some accurate information to help you out. And what about some incremental growth in your business because you're able to monitor and identify business practices and procedures that are costing you money and wasting valuable time? With the right kind of systems in place to track these things, even if it's only an incremental improvement of say 1 or 2%, that's still resulting in growth like this in your business. Now, if you don't have any staff and never plan to have any, you can leave this one out. But what if your gym's professional bookkeeper was able to help you monitor staff costs all the way from recruitment and hiring through their training and development right through to dismissal or exiting, and you were able to identify potential for improving your retention rates and maximizing training activities that was to result in business growth? Is this something you could see being useful in your business? Again, even if it's only incremental to begin with, of say just 2 or 3%, which isn't hard to do when you know what to look for, it can still make quite a significant difference to your bottom line. And we've got examples of these showing up here as we work with the numbers. But that's just looking at each area individually. What if we manage small increments of growth in each of these areas at the same time? By now, you're starting to look at some pretty significant business growth. Does this look like something you'd like to be able to achieve in your business? And remember, you need to be looking at this with your numbers, so make sure it's your numbers that you're putting into the calculator. Now, so far, we've looked at some very incremental growth, but if you take the time to share your plans and hopes for your business with your bookkeeper and talk to them and work with them to identify the areas you're keen to evaluate, they can use their vast wealth of resources and skills and experience to help you establish the correct account management systems to help you monitor, budget for, and implement these growth strategies into your business, and you can start to look at much greater improvements. Just try having a look at what improvements of 20 or 30% can look like in your business. So have a play with the calculator. Put in your own numbers, and if you can see some genuine potential for growth in your business and you'd like to talk to your local gym's bookkeeper about helping you achieve this, just contact the bookkeeper you've been receiving your regular newsletters from, or click on the link below if you've not been introduced to your local bookkeeper yet, and ask us about your complimentary business review today. This review is your opportunity to have a Jim's professional bookkeeper come and help you look over the systems and strategies you're already using in your business, and to help you identify areas of potential instability and loss, as well as areas with potential for genuine growth. They'll even give you some ideas you can begin to implement immediately to instantly start making those improvements for yourself. This will also be a great opportunity for you to actually meet your local Jim's bookkeeper, and if you feel that this type of growth is something that you'd like to explore further, you can talk to them about their availability and their package solutions. You should be aware though that your local Jim's bookkeeper is a professional and probably also a registered BAS agent, and as such is quite highly recommended by many accountants due to the quality of the reports and interview files they produce. This is essentially because it makes the accountant's job so much easier, which allows them to charge you less, which makes you happy, but also allows them to take on more clients, so they actually make more money, which makes them happy. But what this means to you is that immediate availability is not always guaranteed. But your local Jim's bookkeeper will be happy to discuss this with you when you're talking to them. So there you go, that's the business growth calculator. I'll leave you with it now to spend some time entering your own numbers, thinking about how accurate they are under the systems you've already got in place, and how much room for improvement is possible in your business. And if this growth is something you'd like to aim for, if you'd like to see numbers like this in your business, just contact us for your complimentary business review. So on behalf of your local Jim's professional bookkeeper, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Claimable as a business-related expense.